Welcome! It's a great day to be a miner. In today's video, we're going to talk about what mining hardware you should be buying right now. We're going to go over all of these while we unbox some of our new hardware, and we'll discuss the current prices and all that fun. Let's stop gabbing and let's tear into it. Spin that intro. Welcome! Today we got some awesome new mining hardware and some accessories to open, and of course we'll have some new GPUs. These have came from different places: AliExpress, Amazon, eBay, I believe Newegg, and a special one. Let's go ahead and dig into these. We're going to have more throughout the week, so I think what we'll do is, I've got at least 10 more packages and a couple GPUs ordered. I think we'll just go ahead and combine these into one big opening, and let's go ahead and see what this one is. This is probably the coolest one, and this is coming to us from the UK. Let's go ahead and open it and see what's inside. You know what time it is. RGB knife. Engage. Alright, let's tear into this. Let's see here. Definitely went through customs. I'll see what's in the box. What's in the box? It's not really a box. What's in the package? Well, we're gonna open it anyway and see. Ooh, looky here. What do we got? Oh man, we got a Yeti and a Dminerz. Wow, I was not expecting these. These are amazing. Check these out. Beautiful. All right, next I want to show you just a couple items that I picked up from AliExpress that I ordered probably 7 weeks ago, and these just came in and I just opened these. These are just the riser clips that actually hook the little mini PCIe into your motherboard, but the difference with these are they're not 3D printed, I don't believe. These are actually, and these are pretty solid looking clips. As we'll zoom in or we'll take a close-up and show these off. These are pretty nice, and I bet these 20 probably cost me $4 shipped to door. And the other item that we have is this sweet looking power button slash reset slash HDD light, I guess it is, and this just hooks to your motherboard, and it's got a nice long cord, and you can run it out and you stick it to wherever, and it's clear, and it has the power button and the reset button, and it's just a much fancier piece. And this probably ran me about $5, maybe $6 shipped to door. All right, so next let's go ahead and open the GPU early this time. Usually I save it towards the end, and then, but I do have a couple more really nice GPUs coming as well. And this one came from EVGA Bstrock, and I paid just over $800 shipped to door. So not terrible on price for what it is. Woo! So there you go. It's the beautiful plain Bstrock black box from EVGA. This actually is the RTX 3070 full hash rate, beautiful FTW3 Ultra, and that has the beautiful rainbow glow. We'll go ahead and put that sucker up on the screen so you can see it. These cards are amazing. They look beautiful. They stay cool. And man, they're so pretty, and they hash around 62 mega hash on Ethereum on about 125 watts, give or take. All right, next, let's open this guy up here. I believe this one was actually an eBay purchase. Nope, this one was an Amazon. This was that threw me off with the crazy box. This was an Amazon, and they were advertising Hotel Transylvania from Amazon for some reason. I don't know. Get that out of here. This is a Vetro cooler. It's RGB, it's blacked out. It's a really sharp looking cooler. This thing only runs about $13 from Amazon, brand new. It sets on the LGA 1151 chipset, so that uses most of your normal Intel CPUs, and I have a bunch that this would actually work with, and I'll show you shortly why I need this. All right, let's open this one, because this is kind of goes with that. All right, and this is the DarkFlash Darkvoid cooler. It's very similar. It's an RGB blacked out cooler. It is the LGA 1151 socket again and goes with many of your Intel chipsets. All right, so those will go with, let's open some of these and see what these are here. No saving that one. We're just going to cut right into it. And obviously, this is a CPU. Let's go ahead and unwrap this and see which one it is. If you're buying a cheap CPU for mining, eBay is the way to go. So let's take a look here. And this is a G4900 Intel Celeron. And what this can use is on the LGA 1151, but it's the higher series on the motherboard. So this will probably run on my 360 and 365 chipset, whereas some of my others will not. So, all right, next. This one is, I believe this is, yeah, this is an eBay as well. And I guess I could try to open this one nicely. Ah, that's no fun. Let's just rip it open. Interesting packaging. All right, so this one, that's an interesting shipment method. This is an i7 6700, and I paid about 80 bucks for this thing used, which it's a really nice high scoring CPU, and it's very compatible with a lot of the boards that I've been ordering lately. This is a beefy, really nice CPU, and when it comes to mining, this is way overkill, but I want something that's quick and efficient, especially on the rigs that I'm using Windows in. Moving on. All right, so this guy. What's in the box? All right, well, this one's really well packaged, and it's another CPU. I'm not going to open this one because I believe I know that this one is an Intel i5 6500 CPU. It's not quite as good as the i7 6700, but this is a really solid CPU, and it's well used in all the mining motherboards. A lot of people are going out and looking for the Intel G Celeron chips, and they are a higher price for less performance than an i3 or an i5. You may want to look into this instead. So there's 2 coolers, 3 CPUs, 1 GPU, some clips. What else we got? This one was also from eBay. Aha! And this one is an Intel i5 6600. The 6500, I believe I paid $50 for, and I believe I paid $60 for this CPU, and that's counting ship to door. So now I have 4 CPUs, 2 coolers, and 1 package left on the table. And this is an Asus Prime. It's an MATX board. It's the B360. And you're asking yourself, why are you buying an MATX board with only 3 native PCIe slots? Well, we're going to do some testing on this thing. We're going to slide in one of these Intel chips, one of these coolers, put in 8 gigabytes of RAM. We're going to set this up, and we're going to see just how many GPUs we can easily get to run on this board. All right, next, let's go ahead and open up this guy. I got this from Newegg, and I only bought it impulsively because it was a good deal and I knew I would end up using it. Let's do it. Get out of here. All right, this is some T-Force Delta. It is white RGB RAM, 3200 megahertz, 16 gigabyte, 2x8 gigabyte, and these will be way overkill for a mining rig, but they will be beautiful. And I think I paid $60 for 16 gigabyte kit, so that's pretty good. And I could put $30 worth in each mining rig, and then I've got a little bit of extra flare. And yeah, it's overkill, but it's pretty sweet looking RAM. All right, this one came from Amazon, and it goes kind of along with some of the previous ones I've opened. Foam bubbles. I love foam. Get out of here, peanuts. That is completely unexpected. This is a CPU cooler. It's an LGA 1151. It's called TronWire is the company, the brand, and it actually was shipped directly from TronWire, and I expected it to come in a box. But what makes this special, oh, it did come with some really high-grade TronWire thermal compound. I'm sure that's real great stuff. Now, what makes this block and this cooler actually a little special, it cost me about 18 bucks, so that's about on par with some of these other ones, and it does have a RGB looking fan. Not RGB controlled, it just goes on a pattern and keeps repeating, probably the rainbow. It's a 4-pin CPU power, so that's a PWM. But what makes this actually pretty special is it has a solid copper core in it. And from what I've read, this sucker, for such a low cost, will keep a CPU really cool. I'm gonna slap this on a 6700 i5 that I picked up. I think it's i7 6700, and we're gonna see if it keeps the temperatures down. I'm sure it will. But okay, so that leaves these two really cool ones. This came from eBay. Let's open it up first because it's the biggest and probably the exciting one. Boy, this guy really boxed this well. This was actually a pretty good seller. He messaged me before he shipped it. He shipped it next day. Seemed like a real legit good seller, and that's the kind of guys you want to deal with on eBay. This is a used RTX 37 Asus dual, full hash rate, of course. This should do 62 mega hash on around 125 watts all day long. Later, we're going to unbox this thing. We're going to put it in the test bench. I always test out a new graphics card, and that's the wise thing to do when you buy something used. Put it on a bench first. Put it in a main desktop, run it through the rounds, make sure that you're not getting artifacting, make sure that the memories aren't getting errors when you start to mine, make sure it'll hold the overclocks. If there's an issue, you might want to reach out to the seller and not sit on it too long. I've learned my lesson doing that. Now this one I got from a seller on Newegg. It's not from Newegg, and it seems like this seller has the market cornered on these. On eBay, he's the only real legit seller I can find on them, and pretty much the only place I can find this product, US based, is from this one seller, which I think is kind of odd. But let's take a look. I'm pretty excited about this. I've been waiting for this to come in. All right, what's in the box? Box. This is the Asrock Q270 Pro BTC Plus. My man Seb Heslow did a nice little video on this recently, and I've noticed a few big mining farms have actually picked these up as their primary board in a mining farm. And if a big time mining operation is using these boards, to me that says, hey, this is a really reliable, trustworthy board. This is a 13 GPU board. We're probably better just to put a picture of it up on the screen. Later, we're gonna actually take this sucker out. We're gonna unbox it. We'll do a full video on it. We'll do some testing. We're gonna put it with 12 RTX 3070 full hash rates, and we're gonna make sure that this thing is gonna set up, it's gonna run perfect. And then we'll let you know any pitfalls or anything that you need to know before purchasing this board. This board is pricey. It runs around $270 US, and that's just the board, no CPU or cooler or fancy other accessories. But it is a 13 GPU motherboard, and if it's plug and play and it works and you don't have to worry about downtime, eventually that extra cost will make up for itself. Because if you got downtime, you ain't mining. If you ain't mining, you ain't making that ETH. You ain't making that money. Back again with a whole bunch of new hardware. Let's go. All right. So what's this one? This one came from eBay, and it took a rather long time to get here, and it is packaged kind of suspiciously, like overseas type shipping. So maybe this is a drop shipped item. This is actually a DarkFlash LGA 1151 cooler. This is a really nice cooler. It has the RGB and it's kind of fancy, but it's taller and it's not very wide, so it doesn't take up as much space, and it actually does really good cooling. And that's what I actually have on Cortana rig over here, and it's been running now. This thing is just a tank. It just works. It hashes all day long. It has 8 full hash rate 3060 Ti 3070s on there, and it just goes, and this CPU cooler is really good for the price. This costs about $30, which is kind of overkill for a mining rig. All right, let's do this one next. Let's see what we got. What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Calm down, Brad. We'll get to this. No packing at all in here. Just loose in the box. And that's okay, as long as it's okay. Ready, set, go! MSI Gaming X Trio RTX 3070 full hash rate. Man, this box actually came in really good condition. He didn't put any packing material in the big box, so luckily the UPS didn't crush it or something. But man, that box looks brand new. Very well done. So if this card actually does what it's supposed to, it should get me around 61, 62 mega hash and around 125 watts. And this is a really pretty upper class type card. All right, next let's open the Newegg box here. Ah, yes, this is actually a open box motherboard from Gigabyte. It's a Gigabyte B360m-DS3H. And the reason I picked this up is I'm gonna do some more splitter testing. I wanna see how many GPUs I can get on this micro ATX board. Let's move on. All right, both of these are pretty exciting. Let's start with this one. Actually, I am way off. This was not from Newegg. This is actually one of my other loves and addiction. This is a Funko Pop released Iron Man die cast. This thing cost me about 50 bucks. Let's take a look. Let's deviate from the norm and let's take a look at my new Funko. I also have the Funko Pop die cast Boba Fett sitting to drop in a couple of days, so that's kind of exciting if you're a nerd out there like I am. They package these die cast amazing. This is my third different die cast Funko Pop, and they always have it encased, entombed in this nice foam here. It was in the giant box with a lot of bubbles in a smaller box, encased in foam, wrapped up tight in white paper or waxy paper, and then it is a hard case inside of this thing. I'm not going to open it all the way. Let's just pop it up on the screen for you to see. All right, one last item, and this one did actually come from eBay, and it is really exciting, and it goes back to mining, and it's not a Funko Pop. So let's go ahead and open it and take a look. Man, this is an interesting tape job. It looks like he smashed the box to make it fit, and maybe he overlapped it and he used a half a roll of tape on this thing. We'll cut to it open. You ready, set, go! And there it is, an RTX 3070 full hash rate Asus KO model. These are some sick cards. Again, it'll hash around 61, 62 mega hash on about 125 watts. So a great score here. This cost me just under $800. Me and my man Jay Trav both picked these up off of eBay. At the last second, we sniped them out on the bidding. The prices are still coming down. You might want to wait to buy, but we want to get these things up and hashing. Let's go. Well, there you have it. We went a little overboard on our buying again. We got some great new GPUs, some new CPUs, coolers, some fun accessories, and a lot of cool new stuff to get up and mining. What should you be buying right now? I urge everyone to be very cautious. The prices are still coming down, and I do not believe that we have reached that period of equilibrium. That means those prices will keep coming down. Do not overpay for your graphics cards. Do not overpay for your mining hardware. You will regret it later. If you have questions or concerns, make sure to join the Misfit Mining Discord. There's always plenty of seasoned vets in there willing to help you out. And if you like the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Thanks for coming along and enjoy the ride. Pew!